Hello campers, welcome back to the Casual Car Camper. I'm your host Brian, and today I'm going to show you waterproofing your tent. You should do this every so often, especially if your tent gets rained a lot. Most of these tents are waterproof due to a coating, not to the nature of the fabric. I've done one coat on this already. I'm going to do another coat and then put the rain fly and waterproof the rain fly. But before we do that, I want to seal the seams. What I have here is seam sealer. It reminds me a lot of a watered down Elmer's glue. I don't know exactly what's in it, but that's kind of the impression I get from it. Sorry, I'm just getting the seal out. So when you're seam sealing, you probably will go through a lot of the sealer. All you're gonna do is you're gonna press against the seam and then squeeze on the bottle until you start getting a little bit of the sealer out. You're just gonna go along all your seams. And what this is basically so your seams, which is the place with all the holes, is most likely to leak. What I usually do, I go down one side, go down the other. It's always good to give yourself a pattern or a routine when you're doing anything like this so that you don't go, wait, did I do this side? Did I not? Okay, so we've gone down the sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the top and look for any seams going across. Now I'm going to go across the bottom. All right, so this panel is done. What I'm going to do is put another, I usually go back and forth about 6 inches away with the waterproofer. And because it's a small tent, I can just rotate it. And then it's a matter of rinse, lather, and repeat for the other 5 sides. 6 sides even. No, other 5 sides. Another thing you can do if it's just a small tent like this is you can, if you have somewhere indoors, you can set it up, or even just take it outside, set it up. And then bring it inside, take the poles out and hang it. It may not dry as evenly, so I do recommend, because you want not only your waterproof but your seam sealer to dry evenly and not get wiped off. So my recommendation is if you have a room in your house that your tent will fit in, like if it's a small little tent like this, or you have a garage that you can set your tent up in, because this usually does have to sit for 2 or 3 days and you don't want it getting rained on. It did rain last night, but there's a chance of rain tomorrow, but that's why I have it inside another tent. Just to give you an idea, I've already, 2 sides I already went through 1 whole container of seam sealer. So I'm gonna have to bust out a second container. So you always want to assume 1 more than you think you're gonna need. With a tent like this, I am figuring I'm going to need 1 can of waterproofer for the whole unit. That's giving it 2 coats because it's small. And then probably 3 tubes of seam sealer. I've already gone through 1. We'll see how that goes. For a 6-person tent, for my 6-person, I went through 4 of these, and I have not sealed my 12-person. That might be getting done depending on what weather's supposed to be like the rest of the week. But again, these do take a day or two to dry, so you also have to factor in how long can you leave it set up where you are, because you want it to be dry and you want the seam sealer at the very least to be set. Except for the bottom done. Already done, so all I'm going to do is stand it up a little bit and waterproof. And the reason I'm doing this is that way I don't have to worry about water seeping up from the ground. Now I do plan on finding a tarp to use with this, so it's protected on the bottom. But at the moment, waterproofing. So that's it. You just I used 3 on that, but the first one had gone bad. It was so hard. So I was putting a lot of pressure, and the rest of them were very watery. So it takes time to get used to using your seam sealer. Over time, you'll get used to it. Now, I do want to waterproof the rainfly, so I'm gonna. For that, I'm not going to bother seam sealing it because it's not actually part of the tent. It just goes over the tent. So I'm going to just waterproof, put it on, waterproof it, and leave it for a day. Let it dry out. Okay, campers, I am back. I put the tent on, or the cover on already, and it's basically the same idea. This rainfly is broken up into 6 parts as well. I'm just going to find the method that works best for coating it, which seems to be left and right. You want it 6 to 8 inches away so it spreads out, and there we go. So now I have a waterproofed utility tent. I have it in my tarps, covered by a, I have my utility covered from the rain, so if I get any drizzle between now and when I pack up on Friday, I won't have any issues. And all right, campers, that's going to be the end of today's little tutorial. As always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below or contact me directly through Facebook, The Casual Car Camper, and I will do a video response. And remember, as always, as long as you're having fun, you're doing camping right.